Hello everyone, it's Anne here. Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about phrasal verbs, and this is one of the most requested topic to talk about here on this channel. So today I'm going to go over some common phrasal verbs that you will hear English speakers use in everyday spoken English, and I think these are quite useful phrasal verbs that you will hear and you'll be able to use in your speaking in your conversation as well. Let's get into this video. The first three phrasal verbs that we're going to talk about uses the verb come. So the first one here, come down to something. When we talk about to come down to something, we're talking about to have something as the most important part. So for example, if you're watching a tennis match, a tennis game, and there's two players and the score is really close, like 40-30, and the clock is running out, right? You're running out of time. We're going to see who's going to win this match. So we might say, well, it all comes down to which player can take the most pressure. That's the most important part. Whoever can take the pressure might win the game. So it all comes down to which player can take the pressure. Another example, let's say you are trying to buy a smartphone and you're deciding between two phones, you're not sure which one to get. You might say something like, well, it all comes down to which one has better price and better quality. So that those two, price and quality, is the most important thing in your decision making. So it all comes down to which phone has a better quality and a better price. Now, don't get this phrasal verb confused with come down with. Okay? That preposition changes the meaning. So if we come down with something, that means that we are beginning to get sick or we are beginning to suffer from some kind of illness. So for example, I might say, I have a sore throat. I think I may be coming down with a cold. I may be coming down with a cold. So when we talk about come down with something, that means that we're feeling under the weather. We feel like we're about to get sick. This next phrasal verb, to come up with something, is really common, especially in a business setting or when you have to think of a plan or an idea. So to come up with something means to think of a plan, an idea. For instance, let's say you are traveling and you had a plan of what you're going to do for the next 2 days. You had an itinerary all planned out. But, things get in the way. You didn't get your luggage, or maybe the weather is terrible and you cannot go out. So you might need to come up with a different plan of what you're going to do. Another example, imagine that you are in charge of promoting a new product at your company. So what do you have to do? You have to come up, right? You have to come up with a plan of what you're going to do to promote this new product. Okay, so come up with a plan. When we come up with something, we say come up with a plan. We need to come up with an idea, or we have to come up with another strategy, or we have to come up with another solution. And last but not least, get down to something. Get down to something. When we have to get down to something, that means that we're going to start to do something. So you might often hear people say, well, we need to get down to business, and we need to get down to business. That means we need to be serious. We need to focus and do what we're supposed to do. So let's get down to business. Or if you are a procrastinator is someone who always delays in doing things. They put it off. That means that they delay it until the last minute. Okay, so let's say you have to study for a big exam coming up, but you keep putting it off because you really don't want to study. So once it's time, you tell yourself, okay, I need to get down to work. I need to focus and study for the test. I need to get down to work. So we often say get down to work or get down to business. That means to, focus and start taking things seriously. These are 4 phrasal verbs that I think you'll find useful in everyday English conversation. If one of these phrasal verb is new to you, I strongly encourage you to, as soon as you finish watching this video, trying to write a sentence using one of these phrasal verbs, relate it to your personal experience and write a sentence with it. That way, these new vocabulary will stick. You will remember them. And also trying to use them as much as you can when you are speaking. Or when you are reading, look for these phrasal verbs and how they're used in context. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. If you have an idea for a video that you would like me to do, also feel free to leave them down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share the video with anybody who is learning English. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.